Good morning to everyone. Today we are here to revise chapter 6 of GSC. First of all, get ready with your textbook, notebook and love for revision copy, and we will begin the revision of this chapter. We will start from the exercise A. First exercise is tick the correct option, and so many times I have told you that this question will come in the form of choose the correct option, and there in the answer sheet what you have to do? You have to write just answer for this question. First question of this exercise, one figure is given. Look into a book and see there one figure is given, and it's asked that this sign stands for. So the figure which is made, what is the sign, means what that sign is called? That sign is called zebra crossing. Zebra crossing. Zebra crossing. What that sign is called? What that symbol is called? Zebra crossing. Okay. Zebra crossing. Check into your book whether you have done correctly or not. Now, in question number 2, again the figure is given and it is asked that which is the correct option, means which is the correct way to walk on the road. Then here second option is correct, and in front of second option you have to tick. Okay, B and C is not written, but you have to put a tick mark on the option number 2. Now for question number 3. From here the real question begins. The real question is the word, means the question is given in the form of words. Dog bites can cause dash. Dog bites can cause dash, and we have 3 options here. Rabies, then fracture, heavy bleeding. What is the option given here? Dog bites can cause dash. We have 3 options. Rabies, then fracture, and after that heavy bleeding. So dog bites can cause rabies. So this is the correct answer. Dog bites can cause rabies. R-A-B-I-E-S. Whenever you are sitting, my dear students, please speak along with me so you can revise properly. Dog bites can cause rabies. Now question number 4 of this exercise. Question number 4 is, which first aid is given to a victim whose hand is fractured? What is the question? Which first aid is given to a victim whose hand is fractured? First option is clean it with water. Second option is roll the victim on ground. And the last option given here is support it by sling. So if the hand is fractured, what we will do? We will support it by the sling. So the last option is correct. Support it by sling. Support it by sling. Support it by sling. Support it by sling. So what first aid is given to a victim? Which first aid is given to a victim whose hand is fractured? Last option is correct. Support it by sling. Now question number 5. Question number 5 is an electric fire should be put off by gas. An electric fire should be put off by gas. What is the question? An electric fire should be put off by gas. We have 3 options here: water, oil, sand. What are the options? Water, oil and sand, and the last option is correct, sand. S-A-N-D. An electric fire should be put off by sand, not by water. Suppose if we try to extinguish this fire by water, what will happen? When we will pour the water over this electric fire, we will get the current, we will get the electric shock. So we should never throw the water over this Electric fire, it should be put off by the sand. Clear? All of you understood? I hope all of you have revised this exercise well. Now let's revise exercise B. Now let's revise exercise B of this chapter. Exercise B is write T for true and F for false. If the statement is correct, we have to write T, and if the statement is wrong, what we have to write? We have to write F. So the first question: cross the road at the zebra crossing. Cross the road at the zebra crossing. This is correct, so we will write T. This is true, so we will write T. Cross the road at the zebra crossing. This statement is true, so we will write T for this. Okay. Now let's do question number 2. First, what is the first answer? Cross the road at the zebra crossing. This is true. So what we need to write? T. Question number 2. It is safe to play on the road. Is it safe to play on the road? No. So this statement is false, and for false we will write F. What is the second statement given here? It is safe to play on the road, and we know that this statement is false. So what we will write? We will write F for this statement. Now question number 3. Question number 3 is fire caused by petrol can be put out by throwing water over it. What is the question? Once again I will read the statement given here. Fire caused by petrol can be put out by throwing water over it. This statement is false again, because fire caused by petrol is again extinguished by throwing sand, not by water. So this statement is false, and for this false statement what we need to write? F. Fire caused by petrol can be put out by throwing water over it. This statement is false, so we need to write F. Now next question, question number 4. Snake bites can be treated at home. Snake bites can be treated at home. No. We have to give the first aid for the snake bite. Means tie the victims that portion where the snake bite has been done, and then immediately take him to doctor in order to, why we are tying here? In order to stop the blood to move to the heart, because if the poisonous blood reaches there, the person will die. So the first aid can be given, but we cannot treat the snake bite at home. Immediately the victim should be taken to the hospital. So this statement is false, and what we need to write for the false statement? We will write F for the false statement. Now question number 5. Accidents can be avoided by being little more careful. Accidents can be avoided by being little more careful. This statement is true, and so what we will write? T. What we will write? T. We can avoid the accidents by being little more careful. So this statement is true, and for the true statement we will write T. Clear? Now I hope all of you have revised well this exercise. Now let's revise exercise C of this chapter. Exercise C is give reasons. We have to give reasons for certain given statements. First one is, we should not wear synthetic clothes in the kitchen. Why should we not wear the synthetic clothes in the kitchen? Because they catch fire easily. What is the answer for this statement? What is the reason? Because they catch fire easily. Because they catch fire easily. We should not wear synthetic clothes in the kitchen because they catch fire easily. Please again, read the statement, answer given or reason here along with me so you can understand well. We should not wear synthetic clothes in the kitchen, and the answer is because they catch fire easily. Because they catch fire easily. Now let's revise question number 2. Question number 2 is, an anti-rabies injection is necessary in case of an animal bite. What is the statement given here? An anti-rabies injection is necessary in case of an animal bite. What is the statement? Once again I am reading this statement. This type of questions are important. We have to understand well in order to live the life in better way. We should know, no? Suppose if anything happens, suddenly we should know what first step should be given and why is it necessary to give such and such, because such and such treatment to the patients. So these questions are important and useful in our life, and we should understand them. Why this anti-rabies injection is necessary in case of an animal bite? Because they have germs in their saliva. Because these animals, or they have germs in their saliva, or these animals have germs in their saliva. If you write it, see, this is science, and if you make it write the answer for the question, no need that what answer I have given, that only you will write. You can write your own answer by making in your own word, but the meaning and sense should be correct. Okay. So we can write here because the animal have germs in their saliva, or because they have germs in their saliva, which can cause rabies. Which can cause rabies, and this rabies is a deadly disease. Which can cause rabies. Which can cause rabies, and this rabies is a deadly disease. Due to rabies, no death of a person can occur. Once again, we will revise this answer. You have to speak along with me. Because they have germs in their saliva which can cause rabies. Which can cause rabies. Because they have germs in their saliva which can cause rabies. Okay, that's why an anti-rabies injection is necessary in case of an animal bite. Now question number 3. Question number 3, or the given statement for which we have to give reason is, a bandage is tied tightly above the snake bite at once. A bandage is tied tightly above the snake bite at once. Answer is, in order to slow down the flow of, in order to slow down the infected blood, in order to slow down the flow of infected blood towards the heart. In order to slow down the flow of infected blood towards the heart. What is meaning of this infected blood here? The blood which is infected due to the poison of the snake. So, why should we why the bandage is tied tightly above the snake bite at once? In order to slow down the flow of infected blood towards the heart. What is the answer, my dear students? Please read along with me. In order to slow down the flow of infected blood towards the heart. Now let's revise exercise D. answer the following questions. I hope this exercise C is clear to everyone. Now we will revise exercise D. Answer the following questions. First question is, how can we avoid accidents? How can we avoid accidents? And the answer for this question is just of one line. We will revise it very easily. We can avoid accidents by being little more careful. We can avoid accidents by being little more careful. What is the answer? We can avoid accidents by being little more careful. Question number 2. Why should we follow the road signs? Why should we follow the road signs? We should follow the road signs to avoid accidents. Why should we follow the road signs? We should follow the road signs to avoid accidents and to be safe. If you want, you can add this. Otherwise, this answer is also correct. We should follow the road signs to avoid accidents. Now, question number 3. What is the use of first aid? What is the use of first aid? And the answer is, first aid is used to save the life of a victim, help the victim recover fast, and check the victim's condition from becoming more serious. What is the, again we will read. Now you have to speak along with me so you can understand well and learn it here itself. What is the use of first aid? And the answer is, first aid is used to save the life of a victim, help the victim recover fast, and check the victim's condition from becoming more serious. Clear? Yes. Now question number 4. How can small cuts be treated? How can small cuts be treated? Suppose if my hand cuts here, how can we treat this? These small cuts can be treated with tincture of iodine. What is the spelling of tincture? That while writing the answers, you have to be careful about the spellings. Tincture. What is the spelling of tincture? Tincture. So these small cuts can be treated with the tincture of iodine. Question number 5. Which type of first aid is given when one's nose bleeds? Which type of first aid is given when one's nose bleeds? Answer is, the victim must be made to sit down on a chair with the head held back. After that, an ice pack should be applied on the nose to stop bleeding. What is the answer? The victim must be made to sit down on a chair with the head held back. An ice pack should be applied on the nose to stop bleeding. Clear? The last question of this exercise. Why is it very necessary to treat animal bites immediately? Why is it very necessary to treat animal bites immediately? And the answer is, because they have germs in their saliva, and saliva of this animal enters the skin of victim, which can cause rabies. Once again, we will revise. Why is it very necessary to treat animal bites immediately? Because they have germs in their saliva, and the saliva of this animal enters the skin of victim, which can cause rabies. So it's necessary to treat the animal bites immediately. This is about the chapter. We have revised it completely. Now, before concluding the class, let's start the homework. Homework is note it down. Kindly note it down. Write and learn. Write and learn. Chapter 6. Write and learn. Chapter 6. All exercise. All exercise. How many times we have to write? with this chapter. We will meet in the next class with the next chapter. Thank you, class.